Essar Group is once again planning to revive its power business. Basically, they had 5,000 megawatt of capacity earlier, conventional capacity, which now they are once again planning to set up a supercritical power plant of 1,600 megawatt, as well as integrated carbon neutral setup that they plan to do to become carbon neutral in the long run. We have with us Mr. Kush, the CEO of Essar Power, to take us through to this, the entire expansion plan that they have. Welcome to NDTV Profit.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we have got to know that you are setting up a new supercritical power plant at Salaya. So can you take our audiences through to know what your plans are,
Sure.
what the investments is, and
Sure. So presently we have 2 units of 600 megawatt, that is 1200 megawatt, subcritical design based on imported coal. But with the government of India's initiative of making ourselves wholly dependent on indigenous reserves, we plan to set up 2 units of 800 megawatt each, ultra supercritical design based on domestic coal. And this will add 1600 megawatt to the state of Gujarat and the nation. And this will pump power to Gujarat grid only. And we are building an integrated green molecule complex in Salaya, which will constitute of solar and wind power coming from the Ran of Kutch, where we are setting up a 4,000 megawatt of solar plant and 1,000 megawatt of wind plant, which we are setting up in Jankhambaliya. This power will come through the green corridor being set up by the government of Gujarat and PGCIL to Salaya, and this power will feed 1 gigawatt hydrogen electrolyzer, which will produce 150,000 tons of green hydrogen. In order to have round-the-clock renewable power, we have a battery storage system, and we are also setting up pump storage at favorable site. And all these will connect it to the green corridor so that we get round-the-clock renewable power of 1 gigawatt to the hydrogen electrolyzer. This hydrogen electrolyzer will produce green hydrogen, which will then go to the green molecule island. The CO2 generated from these power plants will be captured and will be sent to the green molecule island. The air separation unit will capture nitrogen. It will also go to the green molecule island. And in the green molecule island, we will be producing HVO, that is hydrogenated vegetable oil, SAF, that is sustainable aviation fuel, green methanol by virtue of mixing CO2 and green hydrogen, and green ammonia by synthesizing nitrogen and green hydrogen. All these green molecules produced will be exported to our Essar Oil UK. So this whole setup is a 100% export-oriented green molecule setup. And as Essar's policy to be backward and forward integrators and own all facets of the value chain, we are setting up our own battery manufacturing setup, our own solar module manufacturing setup, so that we are fully dependent on ourselves and we have complete control on the value chain.
Right. As you mentioned that you have an entire plan, this backward-forward integrated plants. So what is the kind of total investments that you are looking at and over what period you are?
So the power plant will have approximately 16,000 crores of investment, and just because it is state-of-art ultra supercritical design, so REC and the Ministry of Power is organizing REC and PFC to fund the complete 85,000 megawatt of thermal capacity addition, which is happening in the country till 2029, of which this 1,600 megawatt is a part. So this will be funded by REC and PFC.
So the entire fund will come from REC
and
there is no equity contribution?
Equity will be there, 30% equity will be there. And this green island constituting of solar power, wind power, hydrogen generation plant, the green molecule island, all this will constitute of an investment of approximately $3.2 to $3.4 billion, which also we have submitted our documents to REC for their approval and then subsequent disbursement as the project grows.
So is there any contribution from your EET plant from UK also?
Yes. They will be the owners of this green molecule island, because this whole green molecule will be exported to them. Yeah.
And in terms of timeline, you were saying, what is the timeline that you have set up for each and every year?
Yeah, so the ultra supercritical plant will come by 2028, and the solar and wind plant by 2026, the hydrogen plant by 2026, the HVO SAF by 2026, and the green ammonia by 2027, because it takes 3 years time to set up the ammonia plant. The compressor involved in the ammonia plant is the lead item. It takes about 28 months for its supply.
One last question. You said that your generation of or production of green hydrogen will cost somewhere around $2.5
$2.5
per kg.
a kg.
So that $2.5 is a good enough amount where you can even look at exporting this to your domestic customers or buyers.
Yeah, the hydrogen cannot be transported.
Right.
It's impossible to transport hydrogen.
Right.
So we have to, if you want to transport hydrogen to a buyer, you have to liquefy it, pressurize it. It involves a lot of cost. There are constraints with respect to hydrogen storage as well. So various limitations. So we prefer making green molecule out of green hydrogen, which can be easily exported as different forms of energy. Like today, Japan is a very big market for green ammonia.
Right.
They do not have land for generating green power. And for all their coal-based plants, they plan to combine 30% of green ammonia and replace coal with 30% green ammonia. So they are huge buyers of green ammonia. So they are one of the key off-takers if we plan to expand this business and look for exports in Europe as well as Japan.
So, given that it's kind of a test or a test project, or a pilot project.
It's a 1 gigawatt project.
Yeah. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that this can be a precursor to maybe your looking at India business.
Yes. This is the only 100% export-oriented hub which is right now being set up in India.
No, I am asking from the point of view of domestic customer. Can Essar also look at domestic customers?
Yes, of course. We will, for sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Pleasure talking to you. Thank you.